Starting everybody retweet as soon as this tweet goes out. So that everybody that's in this panel can know that this panel is going on.
Sook. And I'll turn the audio off on this right now. There we go.
So that we don't hear ourselves 30 seconds later.
That's right.
That never happens, right?
30 seconds later. No.
Hashtag join the conversation.
That was almost perfect length. You do that way too much.
I'm proud of it.
Cameo Mike Kelly.
Hey guys, look what's happening. Leave that up there. Where's the chat? Where's the? Here it is. I'll move this over. Oh.
Yeah, just do that. So you can't even see me on your own computer monitor. That's great. I appreciate that. He likes himself way too much.
I'm gonna minimize that.
He's sorry for his own camera.
Yeah.
All right, let me go find.
I don't know. We're doing Google Hangouts. Can you admin other people in a Hangout?
I don't know. I silenced that. How is? Yeah, that was not. K-Man end of the final is here. Okay, good.
Oh crap.
Well, someone tell Seth this is happening. I guess I'll tell.
I have.
Okay.
Everybody clap.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's time to get this show on the road, ladies and gentlemen. Is this gonna work? It's working.
Yeah.
There's a certain timing for all this. Hang on. Check. Hello and welcome to WTF TFW live from TFcon 2014, where they let us sit in the panel room after the convention's over and waste the time of all the professionals they have working over there at the desk. Actually, no one seems to be there. So it's mine! Excellent! Finders Keepers Law approved. Hi, Aaron.
Hi, Chris. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Get that mic closer to you.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one they need to get. And I see we've got quite a crowd of about 5 people this time. That's 2 more than last year. We're doing well. Someone there is standing in the back. Sir, could you please sit down? Someone behind you is trying to see. Someone behind you is trying. Thanks. Thanks. They want you up here. No, I don't want you up here. How y'all doing? All right. Dead silence.
Yeah.
And then a stilted woo.
Well, they got so much fear in them from the panel queen this year to make any noise during.
Is she here? Is she here this time? No. Oh no, she's not wearing a purple shirt. It doesn't count. It's TFcon 2014, and this is the back half of our recording. We actually did a little bit of recording yesterday. I'm thinking about just bolting that on the front of this when it comes to the audio thing.
That could work.
It's like 5 hours of WTF TFcon.
Or just completely mess with it, put this up front because you had the lead in, and then.
That's true. No, we're gonna have a late title card with that.
Yeah.
Music coming up. Get out of my way. I want to see that camera too.
Chat updates.
Chat up. Well, chat can deal with it. Man, you guys.
Oh, no.
I like I could just let them go for a while.
Go on.
Wow, stage fright. All right. So I saw some panels yesterday. And unfortunately, did not catch any panels today because I'm terrible. But
You had your own panel.
I did have my own panel.
It
Went better than expected because I was expecting. Wow.
That mic is totally great. Yeah. This one is messed up. It's being held up by.
Live, everybody.
So I had this great panel
My
today.
partner at home works.
And me and Pial came up and talked about videos, and I was quite proud of it because we started late and we ended early. And we did that because the customizers didn't come after us this year. So, what? This guy's coming up here really slowly.
I've seen he's done things to his Nerf guns.
So on the year that we didn't do anything to the customizers, things went pretty well at the panel. Although I will say, I had hoped to somehow get involved in the costume panel that took place before the customizing panel, specifically to make sure it started late. That fell through. After that, there was an organizers panel. I caught a bit of it. I don't know what happened during it, but I caught a bit of it.
More than me.
Yeah, they said the TFcon happened, and then they
Really?
said
Is that how one?
yeah, and then they talked about all the dead conventions this past year. Name drops, CharterCon, SlaggerCon, and that the scene is changing. As I left the room, it kind of sounded generally like a couple fellows saying, like, just so you know, we're all mortal, and we're all going to die. So have a good time! While that was happening, I finally got to do something I've wanted to do since like 2005 or 6, and I went and had a conversation with Aaron Archer over there while he was trying to leave. I made him sit back down and shoved a camera in his face and interviewed Aaron Archer, and that went pretty well.
It did.
We were standing there,
Yeah.
guarding the tripod from all the dealers.
Yeah, well, the first interview that you did today, I had to stand over top of the tripod leg, and I got checked 4 or 5 times. I was just thinking the camera died right at the very end. It would have been the better camera depth to see it just shoot up into the air and then have to cover that with B-roll footage too.
Yeah, and also like deal with the broken camera line on the floor.
Secondary.
Yeah, I interviewed Alex Milne earlier on. Again, satisfying something I've been meaning to do for years. For whatever reason, it just never would happen. Yeah, it was an okay day. And then we came over here. Now we're doing all this chucklehead stuff.
Yeah.
I
still don't know why they didn't do this.
Just what are they going to do? Like pack up equipment?
Yeah.
No, we get all this set up. We give all these people in this text chat their moment to shine on a tiny monitor in front of us and a blurry, unreadable projector next to us. And you know, I hope Bunnycliff and Kaya Rule, Amir, Nick, and Alex Fredrickson, and Seth Erickson. Seth's in the room. Seth couldn't make it this year, and he really wanted to. So how do you guys feel about that?
Hey.
One correct response. Thank you.
I know who said yay, and I'm not going to say it, so Seth has to ask me later. Well, we didn't really do a numbered episode this week, and we should talk a little bit about some of that stuff.
Okay.
Let's start off with what we got this week. So what did we get this week?
Well, I do have one thing that I did just get. Where did
Lying on the
go?
desk there? Oh, no, you just...
No, it's that one.
Oh!
I can't get it to unlock, though.
Here, let me try.
Can you try that?
Oh. I'll keep it.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't do a numbered episode this week, so I'm just going to cruise over the front page. We're going to do this as live as it gets. Let's talk some Transformers news. I'll play the Transformers news theme. Let's see. So, Transformers news from the front page. Takara Tomy, Dinobot Micron campaign details. Well, let me tell you what. It looks like they're going to do a bunch of ARMS Microns that are not ARMS Microns, just Microns, based on a bunch of Minicon dinosaurs. They're doing the Dinobots themselves, and they're calling them by their Rocky names. So we're going to have Ivan the T-Rex, Polly the Pteranodon, Thunderlips the purple Triceratops, and Sling the green and yellow dragon who sucks because I don't remember Sling from the Rocky movies. It looks like they're campaign prizes. So, Aaron, you gonna hunt these things down?
Probably not.
All right. Well, that's the news section.
Purchase the 3,000 more on things. Yeah, those would be fun ones to find.
Yeah, I don't like hunting microns. It's like, hey, I spent $30 on a Minicon. It's rare. I still don't feel very good about myself. Well, the Mega One-Step Bumblebee's been released. That's better. Oh, you guys know what? Here's some happy news. So, who here saw the third-party panel?
Yeah. I caught the really quick recap that they did when they went halfway through the slideshow.
Thieves. You know those little movie files they played about the Function X things, and everyone was like, "He turned inside out," and every single one of us who was taping it had our cameras die at the same time, so no one taped highbrow. It looks like they put those videos up on YouTube.
Yeah.
So now all of our efforts were pointless in the first. All that drama, all that drinking, all that bloodletting, and like carving my name into my own arm with a toothpick. Not worth it. I think that's about it for front page news I'm seeing here. There was some news out of what does the chat want now? Thunderlips. Seth does want to know if his number one homeboy Beef Stew is here. He is. You can't see it. Stu is actually nodding at the projected image of you, Seth. And now he's waving at it. That's excellent. Let's go back to what we got. Let's talk about some haulage.
Okay.
I think the story for a lot of people at this convention is I bought some expensive things that were exclusive to this convention and didn't have any money left.
Yes, yes.
Happened to me, too. Another thing a lot of people said was, what is a columpio?
Swing, I found, like the schoolyard swing. Yeah.
It is. It's called foreign languages, where words mean things but don't sound like what they sound like in English. A lot of people picked up that columpio. I saw a lot of people wandering around with them, big styrofoam boxes, and everyone going like, "Styrofoam's great. Who cares what happens when I throw it out?"
The thing I enjoyed was seeing so many people going, "Oh, that's so dumb. I'm not going to get that." And 15 minutes later, what?
I can share a comment with you guys I got off of YouTube on the video I put up about that. It's a simple comment, but one I found very interesting. You've all seen Columpio, right? You've seen I got a comment saying, "Not G1 enough." So I'm kind of wondering, what does that mean? So someone pointed out to me that in G1 the neck was chromed as well, so obviously Fans Project dropped the ball and
they don't care. They should just close up shop and go home.
In the trash.
They should have thrown out a pilot.
No ankle tilts either. It has ankle tilts. There's a roundup of the third-party panel. We talked about this yesterday, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anything new sticking out to you from that thing? Or?
From the panel that we talked about before?
Yeah, now ignore everything we said and remove those things from the panel. Anything else stick out to you?
Actually, going back and seeing some of the stuff back at those tables looked very drool-worthy.
Anyone see Pandanus? Better question. Anyone sitting there pretending like they know what Pandanus is, but trying desperately to remember what that was? All right. It was about this wide.
Not wide.
And about this big.
Doesn't fit in a D-tall.
Doesn't fit in a D-Tolf. Has ankle tilts, though.
And like pneumatic rods to help hold those ankle tilts.
Yeah. I talk about this in all kinds of places. I'll say it here. That thing, to me, I think it looks great. I think it could work totally as a big industrial Scorponok. I think it also looks like, you know how there was those stories about letters from factories, from workers going, "Please help me," and slipping them into boxes of cereal? That's like a designer creating a toy that is a giant letter saying, "Please, God, let me design something that doesn't have to also be a Transformers." Because if you take, because those claws come off, right? And they go on the shoulder. So if you take those claws off and you fold the tail back, it doesn't really look like Scorponok, does it? Until you color it green and purple. So I think it's an interesting place that this stuff is going, where you get companies that have the ability to take risks like that and can kind of make toys that are like, I'd say Quantron is close to this too, that are kind of like, oh, if we color it like this, you kind of make the association. But the toy reads like, I really don't want to make Lightspeed. I want to make a cool dude who turns into a car. Okay, we'll color him red. Now he's Lightspeed.
Yeah. I no, seriously, I do.
That was an awkward pause. Shall I sigh before that awkward pause?
Yeah. The Tron light cycle is another example of that, where it's still the motorcycle and it's still orange, but it's pulling in Tron as well and getting a whole lot of other cues that people could get excited about.
Well, that toy is far more a Tron Transformer than it is whoever the orange guy from Computron was.
Anybody?
Nerd! So yeah, that stuff was cool to see in person. Pandanus being out here, I think, was also a huge risk because that was a resin hard copy. I don't know if you guys know this. Resin is not durable. It has this tendency to shatter when people are looking at it and thinking that it's representative of the actual toy. That's why a lot of these independent companies making their unlicensed toys, thank you all you grammar Nazis, are kind of afraid to bring that stuff out because all it takes is someone snapping a photo of Pandanus when someone bumped into the table and he snapped in half at the waist for a whole bunch of people to say, well, if that toy's going to snap in half at the waist, I'm not buying it. Because that happened with a bunch of the Mastermind resins at last BotCon.
Well, that was actually something in talking with Signe, where somebody would come up and ask a question about Pandanus, and they'd be like, well, does it do this? And it's, well, this one doesn't, because this is like our sketch in real life. But, if you wanted to have an ab crunch, we'll look into that because it kind of hulks over, and so okay, an ab crunch can make it stand up straight.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that would necessarily do for the look of it, but hey, if it's something that you can get a ratchet to, and hey, yeah, we'll look into that. And had some people just like, oh, I don't like the way that looks. I'm like, this is like the super early, the step before this is pencil on a napkin. Yeah. So there's that. It's really neat getting to see that, and that's one of the big reasons why I like the third-party stuff that we get to see here at TFcon is because you get to see more of that design process that just now Hasbro's breaking into of showing something other than just final product colors may vary.
I'm so happy that whoever the PR monsters that were preventing that from happening before have either been staked in the heart or
they don't have hearts
or held back with cloves of garlic.
That would work better.
Probably. Yeah, Pandanus was the thing that was really on my mind. Just it's something that large stokes me. I like big, beefy robots that look like they're made of mechanical steroids. I didn't really pick anything up today, though. I did get some repro labels for my my new room payments.
Yes.
Snapdragon and 8-Face. And I got repro labels for 8-Face and Skullcruncher.
Yes.
And you got the Shafter repro labels.
No, I just got repro labels for 8-Face and Skullcruncher to put on my 8-Face and Snapdragon.
There they go. A couple of people got that.
All right. He got me the wrong labels.
Yeah, I was. It was early in the morning, not a whole lot of caffeine. I said the Decepticon Headmaster Terracons, and I said the two, and was like, wait, was that it? Like, I pulled 2 out really quick, and we did the transaction. I just didn't think anything of it until.
And I just looked at them and were like, they're labels, and put them in my pocket, and that was about it.
So did you did get it traded out?
No, I never had time.
Oh.
Yeah. Now I have to go get a Junker Skullcruncher.
See, I'm thinking about you.
Thank you. Hey, Aaron.
Yes.
What do you think about the phrase listener questions?
We can do a listener question.
So I put them up on
last year's to do, or
well, I have some new ones that I haven't looked at in my PM box. Let me just open up my private message box here.
Jeremy says hi.
And hi, Jeremy.
I don't like him apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, deleted. I do have 2 messages here. One says con exclusive sludge. I'm guessing they want me to bring them a sludge. I also have one that says Beast of Burden. I suspect that's a way of saying, can you mule a sludge for me? I couldn't. I also have one that says a serious query for the podcast.
No, that's serious.
I also have one called listener question.
That sounds like
This comes from Vorox4251, and I have not looked at this at all. So let's see. It's in teal font on a gray background. Why did you do that?
Right, next.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh wait, down here in the reply section, I can read it normally. Okay. Hello, King/S and your man-child servant Evangelus. I don't know anyone called King or /S.
Okay.
I know about /. As a person who enjoys his advanced and highly complicated figures, are there any figures you could recommend to satisfy my need for this? Thank you for answering my question. I hope you enjoy the font color. I really loved it. It was fantastic, actually. I think that if we just point over there at the camera there, too, you can see that it was a wonderful font color. So, really complicated figures. Aaron, what jumps to mind for someone who wants complication?
Third-party combiner guys now.
Yeah,
I mean, this is very complex.
Diesel?
Diesel.
Well, let's keep it confined to stuff one could have bought that said Transformers, the real branded Transformers on it. Because if you go into the unofficial stuff, you just go digging for anything that was like someone just getting it all out of their system.
Of things recently, see, that's the rough thing is they've made a point with the movie line to streamline.
Yeah.
We wanted to get away from the word simplified, but to streamline things.
I know, it's simplified.
And Metroplex is just big.
That's not complicated, though. That's like, he's going to sit down.
But who would win in a fight?
Between who?
Yeah.
Who would, okay,
Who would
let's
win in a
ask
fight
someone
between
up front
Silas
here.
and Metroplex?
Who would win in a fight between Silas and Cheers Ian? Let's find out.
Me.
He lifted his,
For the crane kick,
he lifted his leg to be all like Karate Kid. Yeah, I think if you want to get something complicated, if you haven't messed with it before, War for Cybertron, Optimus, and Bumblebee, I mean, those are easy ones. Those are a lot to do. You can get one of the, or any of the Car Roboto. Where's Daniel?
Yeah, there was actually a Car Robot Prowl from Ken that nobody wanted to make a deal auction.
I like that toy.
Yeah, I was like, hey, how about this? $5. And everyone's like, I was like, did you know what you just ended at? Fine. You don't like toys, you can get a deal. Go ahead.
And then he just took a knife and stuck it in their heart.
I did only once.
We're talking a little bit of escalation here, but that's besides the point. That was the whole listener question. I guess we answered it. Okay. Do we have any pertinent listener questions from the crowd? Anyone just put your hand up?
You like a cookie?
That's an excellent putting of your hand up.
You did well in kindergarten, didn't you?
Aaron, do you want a cookie?
What type of cookie are they? Maple?
You should have a maple cookie. He's an American. He thinks they're magic.
Well,
It's
no,
amazing to me the way you can like manipulate an American tourist just by waving maple leaf shaped cookies at them.
Look, maple dips. Come on.
Yeah, they're normal. They've been around for a long
For whatever
time.
reason, you don't get maple in the U.S.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome, brother.
Oh yeah, and you're grabbing them too.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Have somebody else eat one of these first, just to check.
I'm really happy that went well.
Now put it in your mouth and chew.
Don't you put it in your mouth.
Okay, he's foaming. He's falling over.
A couple to throw at anybody of your
Hold
choosing.
on.
Couple to throw at anybody of my choosing, and I like the face on him over there right now. Well, yeah, maple cookies, man. I've gone to several BalkCons with boxes of maple cookies, and basically it became, where are the maple cookies? And then soon people just thought of me as the maple cookies, and I stopped bringing them because I don't like being objectified. Any other questions? Anyone have their hand? You there in the back, give your hand up.
Yeah.
No, not the guy behind you. He's fine.
What's something at the con that you wanted to get but you just couldn't for whatever reason?
What's something at the con that you wanted to get but couldn't get for some reason?
Survey says more Lego.
Oh.
Seriously, I was actually surprised at the sheer lack of turnaround that it seems like many other years have had.
I thought this was called TFcon, not.
I sold you 3 boxes.
Yes, I did get.
You bought 3 boxes of Lego, and your chief complaint is not enough Lego.
On a technicality, yes.
I'm eating a cookie.
That's loose brick. That's totally different from taking a look at sets. And,
Oh, it's totally different.
yeah, exactly.
No, I heated it on a knife. It's totally different than just going on the table.
Yes.
I didn't do any drugs.
You get a different texture, different feel, different hit.
Don't do drugs.
Yeah.
In my case, I think I didn't have the money for it anyway. But if I came to this con thinking if I could find a toy that's a Transformer, I'd kind of want to get the black version of Hunter Optimus Prime from Transformers Go. It's a black repaint with a faceplate, remolded head of Beast Hunter's Voyager Optimus. I think it looks gorgeous. I got to see Ian Reed's in person and covet it. There was one at BalkCon that was $100 and get them $80 shipped on eBay. So I was like, nope. So I'm just too cheap to spend $80 basically.
Well, another thing I got pointed out to me from Stan was did you see any of the Age of Extinction Japanese stuff here?
Oh, no. Didn't.
Yeah,
Advance.
I had that same reaction.
Yeah.
There was no dispenser, none of that.
Dispenser.
Dispenser.
Thank you.
I didn't see any.
There's a fly
Japanese,
up
there's a
here.
Fly
Yeah.
trying to swat it away a little bit too. But none of that. I don't know what. I'm surely it'd be.
Yeah, I thought I would.
Too,
I thought I'd see Dark Side Soundwaves and Autobot Dinos here. Did anyone see any of those, or was there? Didn't see any Japanese Avian Extinction here?
I saw Dark Soundwave.
You saw Dark Side Soundwave. All right, one Dark Side Soundwave.
$48.
There was a Dino, 48.
Yeah, $48.
No.
Why 48?
$8 profit.
Too much.
Yeah, it's under $50.
It's the psychology of why everything's $49.99 instead of being $50.
Yeah,
That extra penny, ooh, that's
until
like
you pay like
$10.
$5 for taxes.
Yeah.
Any other questions anyone has about you there, sir, with the Game of Thrones T-shirt?
Time of Thrones.
You.
Get on that. Okay, that's your question. Thank you.
No, is the chat actually updating? Because it's been frozen for a while.
Oh, there you go.
Just had to wake it up. Didn't you? No, I'm angry. You're not going to get paid at all.
What's this Go Germany that's suddenly popping up here?
So cute together like twins, Seth. Come on. I'm representing Extra Life here.
I'll put us back on the monitor because we got to be able to see ourselves.
Yeah.
I'll make it smaller. Don't worry. Here you go. I'll cut myself off too.
Yeah, that's better.
It's frozen. There you go.
Oh, it's live now. Now that your computer can see a corner view, it feels safe
Yep.
again. Who is this scary man?
The
looking
computer
at me?
does not work until it can see me. That's what we call trust. It's also what we call Stockholm Syndrome.
Apparently, Germany won the World Cup.
Spoilers. Also, Deutschland über alles.
I thought we maybe had a polite person holding their hand up for the next question that we just ran.
You. Oh, no, we do. Over there. You.
What is a feature you'd like to see on more mainline Transformers? Like, say, when we had dramatic heavy wheels for a while or stuff, like something transforming aspect you'd like to see.
I want to see micro automorphs. I want to see something where if you have a toy and you're transforming it, then one of the last steps is to extend the arms. Like, okay, we can all flip hands out and pull the arm, but what if you pulled the arm and the hand extended and then like a blade came out? Like, everything else is normal. I don't know, micro automorph, like contained to a small area. So there's like you're transforming and then some stuff's done for you and you're transforming and some stuff's done for you. And then, you know, it brings you your tea. Micro automorph. What about you?
All but that last part. Tea?
Oh, sorry, I forgot you're American.
Yeah.
I don't like tea. I'm going to throw it in the ocean. I don't like tea.
Yeah, now we don't have an old lady's face on our money.
The British like tea. I'm going to throw all their tea in the ocean. We got any Americans in the crowd? Yeah, not enough. Any other questions from the crowd? Anyone want to ask? You there?
What toy did you get at the con that was surprisingly awesome?
The stupidly easy, predictable, and cheap-ass answer is Columpio because I didn't know I'd be getting him at the toy.
You didn't know you'd be getting the convention of toy this year?
That's right. I just heard these two things do something that I think happened in sync for a reason.
Because we started them in sync for a reason?
Because they went for half an hour. Don't mind me. Aaron, talk!
Hi. Actually, the couple things I bought this year I haven't opened up to play with. I have a car crash that's still sealed, and I picked up the Kabaya Overlord, and was going to go for the other two, but nobody would deal with me, and I'm down to a pocket full of change. I wanted to like shake two toonies at him and see if that'd give me $20 worth of Kabaya, but I didn't think that'd be respectful. I thought, well, I'm in Canada, I'll try to be a little bit respectful.
So just shake bills at them instead.
Yeah. No, I was out of bills.
Take more.
Well, I'm not going to go and pay ATM fees and currency transfer.
No, I said take more.
Take more.
Necromonger way. You keep what you kill. Did anyone get what that came from? You're the only cool people. All right. Speaking of cool people, who here knows what Face Off is?
Yeah. Yes. Haven't seen it.
Thank goodness.
Is there a problem with people not knowing what face off
I
is?
found out in the bar that in a group of people all talking and conversing, me and about 4 people out of like 20 had seen Face Off, and a bunch of people had the gall to say, "What's Face Off?" And I literally started bleeding from my eyes and vomiting out my nose until I died.
It's Nick Cage, Andy's Nick Cage.
And now they're all yelling at what Face Off is.
Yeah, we know what face off is. You don't need to tell us. Tell those other people later.
Respect Nicolas Cage. Hey, we have a question up here.
Did you see anything there that was just like ridiculously high in pricing?
A few things. There were quite a few dealers that liked their stock a whole lot.
I didn't really see anything that like leapt at me because I wasn't cruising the dealer room as much as I would have liked to, but what did you see?
What was the price on that sealed Galvatron?
Yeah, I spoke to Cybertron Galvatron. They had the con for $200.
That was a sealed Cybertron Galvatron.
I
For
Megatron,
200.
that would be like Megatron for years.
But the silver one, right? Yeah. There's this weird myth that somehow this silver one is worth hundreds of dollars.
Because they made it of silver.
And the Japanese silver one's better, FYI.
That was the Admiral one.
I know, that's what's crazier. If it was the Japanese one, maybe I'd see it, because that was like an even shinier silver. But the Hasbro one for 200, no one bought it, right?
No, that was at the end as people were trying to rouse us out, and it was you saw quite a few tables that were worn down on stock, and that table didn't look worn down on stock.
I heard you say that was at the end, and I imagine some dealer in his last minute haggling, like, no, I'll cut it down. It's only 200 now. Where are you going?
250.
Okay, 300. None of you know how to do business. You there in the back of the green shirt. He saw an animated blackout for $250. Dropped down to 200 today.
Well, he's dealing. He's trying to deal.
I guess I'll take.
Sure what the deal is.
I guess I'll take this little sliver off the top of my money beast. Don't spend $200 on animated blackout, please.
Just like 190.
Yeah, I'm selling it. Oh, over here.
Somebody got a real good deal on it.
Well, I stayed in a room, and this guy slept on the bed I wasn't using, and he paid me in G1 toys, so I guess that was a pretty good deal. Mint. What about you?
Oh yes, I accidentally haggled. There was a Creon, it was the Creon 5-pack, the Autobot 5-pack, I think it was, where it has 4 and a mystery one, and was walking around, and Alfie's the big jazz collector I talked about her, freaking around that everybody knows her. So the girl in the blue hoodie, you gotta turn around and say, "Hi, Alfie." Hi. She now hates me. And so I see this, and it was like the very first thing in the con, and that first 15 minutes as everybody's walking around, it's really just a whole lot of just that shush noise going on as everybody's excited. And I grab it and I look at the guy and I say, "How much?" And he's back behind something and I hear, like, "Excuse me? 7? Does 7 sound better?" I'm like, "Sure." And I do that as I'm walking away. I'm like, "Did I just accidentally haggle this guy?" Alfie looks over at me and goes, "I think so." I'm like, "Well, $63, okay." I think actually he was doing sleep clapping again.
No, I just wanted to be the only person clapping for your little haggling.
I don't know. I've had those haggle times before, and that was just like, all right. Any other haggling that I tried to do was limited enough. It was like the car crash. They're not coming down off of that.
Well, no, I paid the price that was on the table for that.
Yeah.
I got a good deal on this Diet Pepsi. I got it from a guy for free because I looked all pathetic. And I was like, "I'm so thirsty." And I followed them around a whole bunch, followed them to their room. And
Hey, you hold on to that for like close to 24 hours?
yeah,
He had his story, okay? Let him have it.
I forgot to take it with me this morning. So when I went to get a special box for you all, I brought it down with me so I could drink more cola because I'm healthy. Any other questions in the crowd? Anyone have a... You there!
Talk about that Punisher repack. Yeah, Joe put the guy In the Marvel Universe Punisher.
Oh yeah, I saw.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There was a
Racist Marvel Universe.
I don't read Crassus's Twitter.
Marvel Universe.
Bubble was glued, and the guy was adamant it was a factory error.
Yeah.
He was wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, we brought up a picture here.
numbers on it.
That's dumb.
That is, and he was sure that
Shots
was.
get fired. I argued with him, and he got so mad he started like getting in my face about it.
Wow.
And he's like, "You're not gonna buy it, just leave."
So I can scam someone else.
Yeah.
Wait, this was in the dealer room?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the dealer room this year? I have a $500 animated blackout. I also have Age of Extinction, Titan, Drift. No, I'm going to sell all these. You believe me. $50. Dealer interviews?
Oh,
yeah.
I could get killed if I do that.
No, was that interviews or reviews? Like we start yelping as we go through?
Yelp. Yelp just gets stuck with all this nonsense. Dealer over in aisle 3, table case 7 has a slightly highly marked animated blackout. And then
Yeah,
a year
Yelp would
from
like-
now, someone sees that, they're like, what? I'm the dealer at...
They have to pay Yelp to pull that interview.
Oh, man, imagine if you could walk in the dealer room and pull out a Yelp card and actually someone gives you stupid stuff for it. Like when people do that at restaurants. What do you guys think about that? Like, I hear about this. I haven't seen it, but I've heard about this scenario. Someone goes to a restaurant and walks in and, like, I want a table. And then they go to sit down, like, I don't want this table. And they pull out their Yelp card. And they're like, I'm with Yelp.
So it's funny that you say that. There's a candy place that's like a block and a half from where I work.
Are you with Yelp?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
That I went into, but I started a conversation like that because they had that, like, find us on Twitter and Yelp and Foursquare and stuff on. And I'm like, does that really work? And she says no, but we had a bad review that was showing up on the top of things. We have, 4.5 stars, but for whatever reason, the metric was always kicking the 1-star, horribly inaccurate review of when they first opened on top of all these other reviews. And it was like, no, but showing a media presence is one of the ways that we can try and convince them to accuratize their. It started becoming a whole bunch of language.
Sorry, I heard you say the word accuratize, and I think I died for about a second.
Yeah, she said it was something that was just so dirty, but what you have to do now because of those social media monsters.
Like I had an ulcer open up when you said have a media presence,
Yeah.
so it didn't help.
Have a media presence for this, like, old lady that makes chocolate and candies and flavored syrups. Cokes.
Hashtag join the conversation. Hashtag this sweet ain't sweet enough. Don't go to this candy store.
Yeah.
I hate Yelp. I like Yelp, but I really hate the stigma it can bring to that kind of stuff. Has anyone here ever seen someone actually do the pull the Yelp card thing? I want to know if that's real. You have?
I have.
How's it?
Was it you?
It was not me. It was actually my dad.
Oh no!
Family story time.
He's a douchebag, so.
Love you, Dad. What?
What?
No, there's a dart under the table that we're supposed to be very.
What, do you want it back?
Yeah.
Well, wait till the end of the
I
panel.
don't know how to make a dart to fire back at you.
Ask that way. He's got.
Any other questions from the crowd? Any other requests of? Oh, okay, we got two. So left first. You over there. No, you're the one who turned. There you go. You, yeah.
Blackjack.
Did you watch any shows on that guy's glasses?
I watched this guy called Vangelist Reviews. I think he's kind of a dick. He has his voice doesn't sound like it should be coming out of an Asian, in my opinion. And he talks about toys. There's only toy content on there that I can see, and it's I don't know. I mean, what else am I gonna do with my life?
There's nothing worth watching.
Just take my hand and just stick it up my own throat and start puppeting myself. What? You had a question too.
This is my first TFcon, and going through the dealer's room, I was surprised to see non-Transformer things at the big Transformer con, and there was something like completely random that I didn't even know existed. there. Was there anything when you guys were in that you saw that was not necessarily Transformers related, but you were really surprised? Like, wow, I didn't even know they made this thing or whatever.
Yeah, I saw some G.I. Joes. I thought those were just an urban legend. I don't know. I haven't seen proof. I'm a skeptic. What about you?
Things I hadn't seen.
Legos.
Yeah. Been seeing Lego this year. Lego, Snow-esque.
Lego blocks.
No, there wasn't. Not in comparison to previous years.
Are you actually having a Lego argument with the crowd right
Yes.
now?
There was a lot of Creo, which isn't Lego. Come on, get it right. I thought you were a nerd. Come on, you're in this panel room. Break Chris, that's always a goal. There was, what was it that Adam, is Adam down here? Is he off?
A love boat.
Oh, yeah. He got, how much was that for the set of 5? $20 for the set of 5 Love Boat action figures. What's that?
Did you get the bartender?
It was the complete series.
So you bought them, though?
He bought them, yes.
Oh, he bought them.
I'm not buying Love Boat toys.
Wow, judge much.
But, and then it was also what the Planet of the Apes NECA Polystone statue.
Oh, I took photos of that when he was getting
that was seeing the break. Yeah, you always see some of those oddball things.
Those eyes on that, like, so it's NECA and it's Polystone, and it's when NECA still, like, we're all like, we're from Jersey, and it
had like born in New Jersey on the bottom.
Yeah,
like,
and the eyeballs were like, one of the irises was this big and the other one was this big.
Well,
and his face had all this rouge on it, and there's someone bringing a telephone up to the front of the thing here. What's this?
Best ever.
Oh, I remember that. The meat.
Yeah.
Oh.
They made a toy of Rocky's meat.
Yeah. Yes.
They made a toy of Rocky's meat. It's the meat that he punches a whole lot.
That's amazing.
Which just goes to prove there was a time in toys where they would just make anything. I don't know. 3 people buy it, sure.
Yeah.
Did you see the Aunt May action figure in the side? It looked like she was having a stroke in the box.
Well,
she was like,
she is old.
Do you have a problem with people having strokes? This guy over here in the front row, do you have a problem? Anyway, I have to throw this at Joe Ichabod, so pick it up. You don't have to pick it up. So basically, someone else went and picked it up, walked back while looking at it, and oh no, just threw it over their shoulder. Because if it's good enough for Joe Ichabod, it's not good enough for him. That was a watch that Joe said he wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, you have your hand up here.
Yeah, what all did you guys get in the charity auction on Friday?
What an interesting segue. You go first.
Actually, at the auction, I didn't get anything.
Because you hate children.
Yes. No, I was doing the running. I was doing something for the children. Everybody else was just
I was carrying toys up and down a room for the children.
I was putting together packages, and I actually put together a package that I had hoped that Alfie could get for me. It was the Corbot axe and the 2 microns that you built. And I told her $35 is the top, and it went for $40. So she didn't go for it. Awesome, sticking to the plan. And so then I see the guy in the lineup afterwards, and I'm like, hey, thanks for donating when I was a kid, but you're kind of a jerk because I wanted those microns. He's like, well, I didn't.
Thanks for donating to the kids, but you're kind of a jerk, and he walked away.
Yeah, I know. Just dropped the imaginary mic. And I said, well, I wanted those microns. And he looks at me and says, well, I didn't want them. I'm like, oh, so we can get. And so for $10, 5 of mine and 5 of secret codes, actually, he said that he had $5 left for his charity budget and just handed it to me. So, yay. I got those.
You took the money.
Yeah, I took the money. It's for the kids or something. And then Alfie picked up a signed Michelangelo. Not the framed one. She wanted the framed one because that's already framed. But we got the frames on. And she picked that up. Did you see anything else? Was that it? Oh, a whole lot of bot shots.
Bot shots? Oh, you're all doing that now?
Callbacks. That's fun.
I like butt shots.
What did you get?
I got a mystery box full of dumb stuff.
Oh,
I'd say it had something pretty cool. I got me that Dark Energon Wheeljack that looks like Slicer. It's basically worth the money. I also got Slinky. Here, I got it here. It's got a Slinky. It's plastic.
that's a plastic one?
Yep.
The OG Slinky? That's not the
Yep.
D1 Slinky.
This is nice and properly biodegradable. This doesn't ruin our Mother Earth. See? If I throw it away, it'll dissolve into the carpet. And,
Like 8,000 years?
yeah. I'm basically saving the environment. So if I threw it away and was like, I don't care what happens to it, someone else take it, I could just do that. And there you go.
Slinkies are awesome, just like annoying people. Fun, even when you shove them downstairs.
And that's
See-
why we keep that mount on our side.
Within 5 seconds, someone stood up and collected the Slinky. Just like I knew it would happen. Biodegradable. A bioorganism degraded it off the carpet.
By the way,
I could keep doing this.
I like went back and bored my daughter to sleep.
Oh.
Bravo.
Why did you bring your daughter here? I'm just saying. You know it's a room where I'm talking, and there are people like feeding me ideas to talk about even worse things.
And yet you still bored.
How many times did I say I killed myself today? Like 4 times?
I killed somebody.
5? Thank you. Why are you counting?
Hopes.
I also got this really nice toy that no one wants, and I have it already.
You're talking to my crotch.
What? It's called Evac. This is based on Movie 1 Blackout. He's missing another propeller. He's in the box somewhere, but he's pretty good. So someone should take this, because I tried to sell it to people because I wanted to profit off the charity of sick children, and no one let me do that. So, oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
He's missing a thing sticking off the front of his cockpit. That means he's not mint anymore, because until then he was mint. So if someone wants this, I'll just put him. I won't throw him because he will literally explode if I throw him from here. But I'll just stand him over here if someone wants to take that at some point. Then, you know, have fun for a while.
Race for it.
Within-
People, the back stood up like that.
Within 5 seconds. I also have comic books. I wanted to make paper airplanes out of this if I could. But it's a G.I. Joe comic book, so who here reads G.I. Joe and needs a floppy? Oh, that's going to go bad if I throw it over there. You're in the Malwave path. I'll just put it up. Come collect it later. Anyway, yeah, I got this mystery box full of nonsense. And I don't know what to do with it other than, like, throw it at people. So,
Swerve at me.
pardon?
Throw your Aveo swerve at me.
That's in the keep side of the box. That's up in my room where I can add him to my growing legion of Aveo swerves that I've collected over the years just because I attended TFcon.
Oh, this has got like a
You want to fire that?
badge with it.
You think you can fire that?
You sit in my dark eye with that.
Are you really going to do it? Are you going to... Oh, he's really going to do it. Okay.
Keep going, keep going.
So, yeah, overall, just moving into my thoughts on the show on the whole, I had a good time, but I've realized, especially with this last BotCon, my perspective on how I have a good time has become a lot different because I collect interviews like toys, and that was pathetic. That was like...
Those mega darts don't fly really well sideways.
It's like I heard a bird just die overhead and then heard it land over there. A tiny, flaccid bird. There's no spine.
A neck lanyard.
Trying to fly for the first time, and it broke its own neck.
It's like a pocket protector. You can have it back.
Well, here, you can have it back, Aaron. That's yours now.
Okay, you.
Threw it in the box. But yeah, I got more interviews than I was expecting, so I got my haul. But Aaron, how'd you feel about TFcon this year?
It's definitely a good show. It was more and more conventions for me seem to be about people over stuff, especially when you're not fully gainfully employed and money is tight. This was definitely a shoestring budget here over the I wanted everything because I kind of like to have a Columpio.
Well, I heard Silas has some. I asked him about it, so just talk to him.
Okay.
But no, I had an okay time. It's more stressful for me right now because I'm in this transitionary mode of going to conventions and trying to also collect lots of interviews as not press so much as some jerk with a camera and a microphone that takes him a couple minutes to set up. But I'm curious about how you guys feel. Just to give me a noise. How'd you feel about TFcon in the form of a noise? I'm really curious about the guy who went, ah! What does that mean?
You said give a noise, so I gave a noise.
Of course it was you.
that noise representative of your feelings?
Never mind, that was Malwave.
I was trying to imitate Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Is that what that was?
Okay.
So Arnold Schwarzenegger's
being strangled by someone.
Well, in general, it seems like, the con went pretty well. There weren't too many bad incidents, except for one I heard about, and I'm wondering if anyone out there can shed some more light, because I'm curious and I want some dish. I heard there was a guy who got surly in the dealer room.
Yes.
I heard that it required like 4 security members to corner him and pull him out of that. I don't want to know about what you heard. I want to know if anyone here was privy to the event.
I was at Ian's table right beside it.
Come over here for a second.
No. I'm not leaving this spot, sir.
I want you to come up here and speak on the mic about the event.
I will do this, okay? I did have this in case things went south, okay? I will admit this. Look. Hey. Look, hey. Eyes up here. Eyes up here. Hey.
Malwave is carrying a shotgun to the stage.
Look, I trust
Come around so you can speak on the mic. I had to go around the side of the... This looks like someone who thinks they're like walking down death row.
I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about Otis. He took me around the
Just sit in Aaron's chair for a second.
Put it down. It's okay. Put it down.
Sit in Aaron's chair for a second.
I have Australian muscle in case things go sideways. He'll take care of this. It's just a snap and a point. That's all I need. Go ahead.
All right. You just stand behind Malwave.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, hold on. No, it's all right.
It's okay.
Aaron, just stand behind him. Stand behind him
Cliff.
and put your
How you doing?
hands on the chair here.
Okay.
So he knows you're right behind him and you can see what you're doing.
I've got your back, okay?
All right.
You don't have to worry about it. Don't come on, at short range, Nerf does nothing.
Don't stick the gun into his kidney.
Tell the story. No, I'm serious. I had not heard about this story until
I tried to, but I'm laughing too hard.
Do you need a cookie?
I don't know if I would choke on it or not.
All right.
It's not.
So I need to know the dish. So this is dealer room.
Okay, so basically I was standing at Ian's table, and as far as I know, I won't use names, but dealer A had sold this guy a Sunstreaker, and it was a real Sunstreaker. Like the feet were different colors than the hood and everything. Like it was legit. And all of a sudden, this guy, buyer B, suddenly starts yelling, "Oh, you sold me a KO! You sold me a KO!" Like increasingly getting louder and louder, and everyone's looking at each other, and like, obviously, I lean over to Wendell and I go, "You're a phony, a big fat phony." Quiet, shut up, Molly. And like this guy just keeps yelling and yelling and yelling, and eventually, like, one of the staff members walks over, then another security guard, then Ian books it and gets like 3 other security guards, and eventually, I think it's Ian, the dealer, and someone else are all just around this guy trying to convince him that it's like a real Sunstreaker. So, like, this went on for like 10, 15 minutes, and the guy just, later on at the con, this guy just had this look on his face like, I'm trying to describe it, but I guess it's like his expensive Mercedes got hit by a Pinto.
Is it maybe a case where he never knew that maybe the old Hasbro toys aren't the perfect thing in the memory and that miscolors happened?
You know what? I actually heard rumors that he tried screwing other people before. So
it might have been one of those deals. Where
yeah.
It's like, oh no, you.
And I heard
like
$200 or something went between. So if it was legit, I can understand why the guy was a little annoyed, but
It's only 100.
Okay, it was only 100. I can still see why that's a little annoying, though.
Even if it was $1, if you think you got something that wasn't what you were expecting, I can understand. But if you've got a couple people that know their stuff and they're saying, "Hey, this isn't,"
and this also is like turned into a crazy event.
Yeah, and there's always like we can use our adult voices and not go screaming for no reason. But
I've bought. I think since the first TFcon, I've bought. Shut up, Buddy Cliff! Oh, it's right over here. He's a sitting.
Stay on target. Stay on target.
I'm
You're doing
trying
well.
to. Okay, anyway. I bought like 3 G1 Shockwaves in the past, and 2 of them turned out to be KOs. I didn't walk back up to the dealer and start screaming at him that I bought a KO. I just said, "Oh, I bought a KO. I'm an idiot. I'll have to try next time." So it's like.
And then you went and snapped his neck.
Not entirely.
I don't even know. I don't want to know
What's
where
the
that
statute of
was
limitations on murder in Canada?
I think like 8 years.
Okay.
No,
No
it's
statute.
like no, there's no statute. Anyway, I needed some deets and I got them. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
You are safe to walk back to your seat.
Am I?
Yes.
No, trust me. As soon as you sit down, you are safe until you sit down. It's fine. Well,
Granted, I was sure to rearm myself.
that solves the last mystery of TFcon that I had. So I guess it brings us to right about. It's like I can't think of anything else to talk about really.
Is there anything else that we
here.
missed?
Oh, it is. Give me my rapid strike, please.
Oh, Stan, come up here.
Oh, Stan!
So I want to talk to you about this because this could have been a WestJet issue, and that got me really worried. But it sounds like it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
All right.
Apparently, so we came up Wednesday, and Crisis, Jackson, and I went on the same airline. So originally we were supposed to fly out early, then we were going to be in there. So anyway, we were supposed to get a 9 o'clock flight, ended up not making that flight, went on a 12 o'clock flight. So we checked our bags, got some breakfast. Long story short for that, we ended up at the airport like 1 o'clock. So we're waiting around for the luggage to come out. Everyone's luggage comes out, and I'm staring like, where's my luggage? It's a giant red duffel bag with letters FDNY on it.
And a whole lot of stuff you kind of wanted to have here at the
A
show.
whole lot of very expensive stuff that I mealed up for some people.
And clothes and underwear.
Yeah, that too. That's useful.
I would hope that's somewhat important.
Yeah, I bought deodorant, don't worry. But anyway, throughout the last 5 days, I've been working with WestJet to find out where my bags are. It turns out the tag fell off the bag and it was never scanned in. United Airlines picked it up and it's waiting with them. Actually, they gave it to WestJet, so hopefully when I go to LaGuardia tomorrow, I won't have to slam down a door and kick it in and everything. So hopefully be there waiting for me.
Yeah, because that is probably like the nightmare of travel, is something going missing and checked. That happened to my brother. He had a leather jacket, pretty expensive one. Kind of just disappeared in the airline system, and that's
But
it.
there is a baggage handler now that has a really nice leather jacket.
Yeah. There's always that little, like, I'm sure anyone can relate. There's that moment of like, hesitation when you let go of the bag and it goes on the conveyor belt into the big magical behind-the-screen thing where you have no idea what's happening. But surely it'll be there when I get halfway across the world, which is why I put all this stuff in carry-on, because I'm paranoid.
Yeah, I will say I'll be driving up next year. No more flying.
Well, I'm glad that they've at least, like, found the bag.
Yeah.
Like, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, that was a very big relief this morning. It's like, I can enjoy TFcon now.
Yeah, because that was really, like, I mean, how can it not be on the back of your mind when you're at a show, right?
Yeah, like everybody comes up, oh, I'm sorry about your bag. And I'm like, yeah.
I'd just forgotten for a second. Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, you have my bag? No? Oh, well, go away. Well, I'm glad that it's a happy ending, or should be.
Well, I'll let everybody know tomorrow.
Here, take it, Price.
Oh, the spider.
Okay, here, look.
Okay.
Fine. You want to get picky?
Take another prize.
That's okay.
It's-
I bought
it's
mystery box
manga.
last year. I know what's in here. Oh, hey, John. Oh, he left.
That jerk.
I know.
Were we not drinking enough?
Oh, well, thanks.
Stan's got a cookie. All right, now I think. Now I think we've covered most all of the stories of TFcon. I have very few questions left. Number one, this could just be shouted. Crisis, did you guys record? That's a great answer. That's about it, really. I should mention here in front of all of you, just to come clean about 2 sins I committed. Number one, I miss karaoke. because I had to go meet up with someone at a room, and then that led to the Columpio thing, and then suddenly it was like midnight. I did go up to the karaoke thing early on, around 10:30, and I looked through the songs. I was like, I should do something about this. And as I was deciding, that's when I got the text. Also, I know this got fixed, but when I was up there, they had like people seated eating in the middle of the tiny karaoke space. And that, like, last year, I went up around that time to sign up for Lady Gaga, and I look over my shoulder, and I see, a sea of energy. I sense the sea of energy, people milling and bustling, and that it was early on, so you also had that extra vibe of the wallflower energy, which is oh so important when you're going to have one of the first couple people go up and do something, because that's basically like pent-up kinetic energy that is just waiting for the right pinprick to detonate and make everyone really get into what's going on. I look over my shoulder, I saw like two people in the back going like this. And then like a whole bunch of people eating, and then the people up at the front of the books like this. Just like staring straight down at the book, like death staring. And I was like, ooh! Now, Aaron, you told me the energy got much better once the eating people left.
It did get better as the night went on, but I think it's something where you have a start time. Karaoke is 10 o'clock. Okay.
Don't seat people in the karaoke area.
And then at 11 o'clock, you're not thinking, I should go to karaoke. Ideally, the people that really want karaoke are there now, not trying some fashionably late thing. And when you have that start and it's like awkward, everybody lining up, I think they should have tossed those books back. I don't know if they've got 8 binders that all have the same information in them. I don't know why all 8 of them are on one table. I'm not a karaoke person.
Yeah.
But I think it's just something that you have to have that start on the energy to get people going, and I just don't think it ever fully realized itself.
Also, I never made a decision. Should I have done System of a Down Aerials or Nine Inch Nails Had Like a Hole?
Oh, yeah.
Both.
Both, and then he couldn't be able to talk to Dave.
I was hoping he'd just keep going. The other sin I committed, and this is the bigger one, so I interviewed a designer fellow, Marvin Mariani, I believe. Mariana, and basically I freak out because I see an audio error on my recorder when it finishes, and I run back up to the room, and I'm like, I got to organize all my footage, make sure this audio exists. And it does, and I think that's all right. The faction feud is at 10 o'clock. I can make it.
Well, there's a second part to that, because you're...
Well, no, I'm getting there. So I'm like, a faction feud's at 10 o'clock. I'll make it. I remember it's at 10 o'clock. So I get here at 10 o'clock, and the faction feud's underway. I've just fixed my big audio issue. I'm kind of panicked, and I'm definitely thinking, damn, I sure hope I can actually host faction feud in a way that makes any sense, because my head's not here right now. I walk in, and I hear the dulcet tones of Michael Erneroth, who's at the back of the room and really should come up here. And that was the other major sin I committed. So, Michael Erneroth, I want to hear from you because I wasn't there for once.
Sure.
How did Faction Feud go this year? I know that it was technological cluster F.
Well, the nature of Faction Feud is unpredictability. That's the soul of the event. And what we did was we adapted. So we went old school. We went analog. Printed questions. We went with just a microphone and 2 teams, and later 3 teams at the end. It was the first year, I believe, where we've had a final round with a 3-team match, and I think it ended up pretty well. I think everybody had a lot of fun, and in the end, we crowned our winner, and I think that overall it went well.
Yeah, except for the part where the wrong team won.
There's no such thing as a wrong team.
How the hell did we win?
There is when you have a team that's like supposed to lose.
I think that sounds like rigging to me.
Well, it does, but it's an unpredictable thing.
It is a very unpredictable thing, and the Faction Feud's soul is unpredictability. Have a good one, guys.
That's Michael Erneroth. Oh, sorry, one last thing I want to ask you guys. Did anyone here go to the panel at 10:30 on Saturday and meet man named Mr. Optimus Prime? All right, I'll talk to you later. I want to know what was asked there.
How many people were in the panel?
I don't know.
The 2 people that raised their hand, apparently.
So I just want to know what the the questioning was like. But we'll talk about that off mic because we should probably close this up. We've been here just close to an hour. Oh, hour 15. We've been here too long. So yeah, thanks for taking part in our weird live WTF TFW thing. I have a large box of stuff if anyone wants to rifle through it, and please take it all. It's right there. What? What? Yes, yeah, Slicer's buried at the bottom. You have to take everything on top first. So thank you all, and hope you had a good TFcon. We're going to pack all this stuff up, and we're going to go do our thing that we usually do, which is pack our equipment up after we record.
Sounds like a plan.
Thanks.
Look at the vultures.
Man, you're just picking all the meat, just picking the meat and bone off of that. Also, who wants to see balance?
Oh.
While we're here,
I'd like to see it again.
if we've got time, if I could just run this.
Can I have one of those maple cookies?
Sure. No worries. Anyone else want a maple cookie? I've got two. Here you go.
Good job.
Thank you. I didn't lick those, by the way. I licked this one a whole lot.
Didn't lick it?
Didn't lick it. No, I'm not your dancing monkey.
Apparently your camera turned itself off again, Chris.
Mini.
Hey, you're probably
Yeah,
right.
batteries are dead.
Thanks for watching, stream.
Ah, look, it's the shirt.
Oh, hey,
live show.
You want to see anything to the stream while you're up here? And you're able to...
Yeah, Extra Life. Now that TFcon's over, we'll start the push. We're going to be doing it at TFcon Chicago. Hopefully a bunch of you can be there and donate, or if not, you can donate to team members to join the team and stream at home or play at home. You don't even need to stream and be weird like us on the inside. Bye. Hit stop broadcast.
Who's an MRP here?
Stop broadcast.
Oh, I have to stop broadcast.
Hit stop broadcast.
My pelvis!
Do you want Wild Bill? Yeah. I just grabbed it.
Tag you later.
Still haven't stopped broadcast.
It will.